chaos.
Well, have you? Oh, I like you.
Yeah.
Finding pleasure in chaos.
I mean, not like that, but you know what I'm saying.
It's definitely like that. You know, that speaks to her inner kink as a woman.
No, I don't mean it in the kink.
You
know? No, I mean it in
that speaks to
already
her
turned to kink.
That speaks to her inner kink as a woman.
If that's what she's into. That's what she's into.
Yeah.
Hey,
you
Pure.
don't get into things
Hey,
that women
Pure.
like?
I mean, I get into what my wife likes.
Oh, you're married, man.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you ever brought another woman home to the bedroom?
You what? You see how fast
Like,
I would
Shonda
get
do
that?
not play that.
I did not hear
Shonda
that.
didn't play that.
Why you let Rashonda run that thing like that? Why you let Rashonda do that?
Let Shonda.
Oh, it's LaShonda. Oh, that's why. Because he rushed Shonda. She would have.
Is that the difference? LaShonda versus
LaShonda, LaShonda would have been. She'd have been two-handed and lapping up at the same time.
That is hilarious.
Wild. Okay, we've seen you get really wild. Obviously, we see just recently you're super viral, and it's all because you
Snoop
got.
Dogg.
Well, we're gonna get there in a second,
my God.
but you got into the bedroom of Raven Simone
Yes.
and her wife. Okay. You got them to admit that they don't use colored dildos and some more stuff. Some people say you went too far with the questioning.
I'm T.S. Madison. Ain't nothing too
I'm
far.
T.S. Madison. Ain't nothing too far.
Ain't nothing too far. You gotta understand that. Like when you get in bed with me, it's us and us.
Mm-hmm.
I'm experienced.
I love it.
And I like to. I really wanted people. They've been on an interview trail talking about their podcast and everything they got going on. And I wanted to be different. I wanted to ask them the hard question, but I wanted to loosen them up first.
The real hard question.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
We know that she's done Disney. We know her and Miranda are married. We know these are things that we know.
Yeah.
Girl, what y'all?
Right.
What kind of scrap? do you
Well, my
do?
thing is, you can't be mad at you for that.
No.
Because if they didn't want to answer, they could have just said, we don't want to talk about it.
Well, and I would have respected that. But I am a person that believes that you should be able to be free to be. That's why I started the podcast, Outlaws Podcast.
Yeah.
Outlaws Podcast is where people can come get naked with me, with their clothes on though, but they get naked.
Yeah.
Right.
They come there. They tell me, Miss Tina. I learned so much when Miss Tina was there. I learned lots of stuff about her. I've had Jasmine Crockett on my podcast. I have Lil Nas X that's coming out. I got
Before or after this arrest that just happened?
before. Well, I'm gonna talk to him after that.
Was he acting any kind of certain way? Could you tell he was under the influence at the time?
I think that he was not under the influence, but he's a kid.
I agree.
And I think that he's a kid, and he was under pressure. He's been under pressure. That kid was a superstar at 18 years old, and then we people and people of color were judging him, and then we were judging him. We were reading him. We were tearing him up. We were, we talked about this on my show called Fag Talk. Where at 26, the frontal lobe is just now becoming, developed.
Yeah.
He was a star at 18. Come on, that kid was a superstar, and he had the world reading. Boosie Raglass was over there tearing him up.
Yeah.
And that's why I was tearing Boosie Raglass up every
Right.
time. That's a kid.
But in fairness, man, he out there, doing imagery with the devil and all that kind of stuff. You gotta expect some backlash.
You get backlash, but you're still a kid, and you're trying to find your way. And then as a gay, you've already been told you're going to hell. And it's like, I don't even know God yet. Like, I how are you going to already condemn me? And I'm dealing with things internally that I don't know anything about.
So with that, just speaking on that really quick. So do you believe that he's actually is a gay man? Because a lot of people were
That's
saying
my daughter.
Yeah.
People were saying that, and I only say that because people were saying
No,
that
that's
he's
my
just doing
daughter.
this for the industry.
That's my daughter.
I don't think anybody would go that far.
That's my daughter.
He knows how to twerk.
Listen,
Okay?
I was in.
I can't.
I was in his video. Jay Christ. I was in his video.
Mm-hmm.
They flew to New York. They flew me out. The record label flew me out to New York. I was in that video. I spent a day with him, and he was a kid. I watched him lay on the floor, on his phone playing video games, and then get up and start directing the music video, whatever, which he worked me all day. And he's a kid.
Yeah.
And he has a vision. He's also wounded.
Yeah.
His mother suffered from substance abuse. He's from a little place here called Lithia Springs, Georgia. He was homeless. He's a kid.
And then he was like the face of something that at the time a lot of people got, like you would get scrutiny being in the music industry or being a rapper and saying that you were openly gay, like, or anybody even speculating that you were gay. I feel like at that time it wasn't as easily received as it is now. Then,
well, I mean, listen, the only person that we heard in the industry that was gay was
Frank Ocean.
Frank Ocean.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we speculate about a lot of others. I speculate about a lot of you out there.
Who's the main one?
All of them.
What about, I was just seeing this the other day, lavender marriages. Have you heard about these?
Yes.
This new trend?
I think that's because, well, girl, who wants to get married any damn way?
That's what they saying nowadays.
But lavender marriages is when come on, help me with some one of you gays over here. What is the lavender marriages? When the gay men, a
gay man marry a straight woman.
A straight woman. And they still live their lives as whatever.
Yes.
They can sleep with each other if they want to. But I believe, like, he goes on his life.
Or the woman can marry the gay guy too. It can be either way.
Oh, okay. Well, that just sounds like poly to me.
Let's do it. That's
Yeah.
But I think the purpose is they are trying to have
Kids.
an actual
together,
household and raise a child.
They want to have a family. I mean, you can have a family with same sex. We seen it on like Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah, on Buzz Lightyear. So let's talk about that with Snoop, okay? So you called Snoop out for some of the comments that he had
Just
to
a
say.
bit, because and listen, I could call Snoop out about a lot of things. That Trump shit stuff. For number one,
Yeah.
you black, Trump.
I'm gonna have to agree with you.
Come on,
that
bro.
1,000%.
Come on, and you were one of the main ones that was like, any one of you niggas out there that's got that Trump, I'ma see you niggas. And then you go at the damn, you a disc jockey.
He was DJing at the event.
You DJ Snoop.
Yeah.
And it's just, as a black man, you can't forget that you're black
Yeah.
in America. And being black in America means, and to be where you are, remember where we came from. We couldn't drink at a water fountain.
Yeah.
We couldn't go to the same schools. We couldn't ride on the front of the bus. It's something we couldn't do as black people. And you want to get in a space and put yourself in the shoes of queer people and look at it from the perspective of, I was black, my people were black. No, they didn't want to see our nigga ass on TV.
So here's where we disagree.
How does white? Hold on, let me finish. I don't mean to touch you because I don't want Rashawn to come out. I don't fight women, Rashawn, but I got some sisters that tell your ass.
We're not having nobody fight.
No, we're gonna do it. I give it $20. But listen, so what I say?
We were talking about Snoop.
Okay, what I say?
I got sidetracked because I thought LaShawn know we was going to have to get LaShawn.
I don't even know her. That's my girl.
Okay, so, yeah, we were talking about Snoop, the water fountain.
Oh, the water fountains and all this stuff. Imagine white people having to tell those are black people on TV. Imagine excuse black people knowing that white people did that to us. We don't want those colored people on TV, And in order to keep us out, they put blackface on to play us.
Sure.
Do you understand how representation matters? Okay, you might not be able to explain that the two women have a baby. Why can't you say that the two women adopted a kid? Why couldn't you say they were adopted? You don't have to go into the deep logistics of it right now, because no, you can't go into it right now. But at some point, you should be able to go into it. You live in a big world that gays, trans, queens, and lesbians buy your music. You live in a world where we all exist in the world together. Everybody ain't straight in the world.
Yeah.
Everybody ain't cisgender. People transgender. Everybody ain't the same. So you can talk to your kids about being different. You don't have to bring it down to sex, because now you bringing it now. Well, now I got to explain how they got two mamas. No, you can explain that the kid was adopted.
I got in this argument or a back and forth with one of our other co-hosts, Alton, because he was like, well, but the sexualization of it all. And I'm like, well, they kiss in the movies. They got a song, Kiss the Girl, Ariel.
So did they kiss, or the two women?
No, I didn't see the movie, but I believe
movie.
they just ended up having a baby some way, somehow.
But here's my thing. Here's my thing about it, right? I think everything, yes, it is a real world and a lot of things happen, right? But as parents, I have 3 kids myself. As parents, we want to reserve the right to introduce, have those conversations, filter the information, you know what I mean, when we feel our child is ready for it. So where I would defend Snoop in this one particular situation, because I agree with you with the Trump stuff, but in this particular situation, if I go to the movie with a child expecting one thing and I get blindsided by that imagery, I am caught off guard, and now I'm put in a position I was not ready for.
May I ask the question? What imagery did you see?
No, I didn't see it, but I'm just saying.
No, but if you, what imagery was shown? Did they show the two women on top of each other
I
having
don't
sex?
know. I didn't see it.
But
But
that
I'm
would be
saying-
a little too
but
far
it-
for
but-
Disney. Like, I'm
Oh, we're
open.
talking about Disney.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe not too far.
We're talking about Disney. But hypothetically, and people out there watching and listening, and people in the station here, were the two women having sex?
No.
Did they kiss?
No.
Okay, so they didn't even kiss. They didn't have sex. They were two women who the kid called both of them mommy. They adopted.
You could have
Or
said
god mommy. I got a god mommy, so I got two mommies technically. Yeah, I do think he probably took it a little too far. I'm not going to movies no more, and I'm
It's the
scared.
simplicity of you don't have to sexualize us because we're transsexuals. You don't have to sexualize us because we're lesbian. You don't have to sexualize us because we're gay. You don't have to. You sexualize us, but we're human.
Yeah.
We exist. We have kids. I know trans women right now that have children. Titties at the top, ding-a-ling at the bottom, and they have children. Explain that.
And I mean, you also are if you're sending your kids to school, then they might have a trans parent. And I believe that you should actually have those conversations so that there is no issues when they get to school, because then it won't be confusing to them. I've seen two men have a child, and they've raised successfully a child, with no problem. But instead of that person getting bullied when they get to school, I do think the normal thing would be to start including it in more cartoons. And like you said, it doesn't have to mean sexualizing per se. But yeah, Billy has two dads.
Hey.
Yeah, but the only thing I get, and I'll stand on the fact is the parent wants that right to introduce it to the child.
You can't stop it at school, though. Is what I'm saying. So
you can't stop it at school. You can't stop it in the day to day. Like when your child your child knows more than you think that they do.
Of course.
You know, in order for the child to recognize that there's two mommies, you know, and then you could say that there was an adopt. It's just simple. That you don't really have to go deep with a 4-year-old, 6-year-old. The two mommies are there because the baby was adopted, which obviously, one of them mamas put it out, and the other mama adopted. So you ain't telling the kid no lie. You don't have to talk about them being lesbian. You can talk about they have two mommies because the dad wasn't there.
So what age would you say your understanding started to come? Because I saw a picture of you when you had the side cut.
Oh, baby, listen, I was out there.
You was fire.
Real
You was a fine one, too. What was you bagging them then? Like, how did it work
all
out?
the niggas wanted me.
You had the Gumby cut
All the
going,
Gumby cut
popping.
lines, and I was wearing Patrick Ewing.
Yeah. Yo, you was a joint. Yo, you was a joint. I'm not gonna lie.
I had the Patrick Ewing's on.
You had a Gumby with the
I had a
Ewings?
Gumby with the line.
You gotta see this picture.
You listen.
I got it.
No, you ain't had nothing on T.I.
Listen, I wasn't scared of nothing. You know. Well, for me, I came into knowing, and here's the thing about I do believe in protecting kids, but I also believe that we should protect kids all the way around, even from heterosexual things.
Oh yeah,
We should protect kids because I'm going to say this, and I know that people out there going to windmill to the death. Look at that. Look, watch it. Wow.
Yo, that's crazy.
Wow.
Right?
You look like
know
Black
what
Knight from Nice and
No,
Smooth.
no, you know who you look like?
Stephon
Diggs.
Bro, so many people wrote that. Stephon, you
like
better not put no hair
That's
on
gotta be
them.
like what, 89 something?
That was like
that?
90 something.
I didn't think that.
Listen,
was
Stephon, you better not put no wig on. This what it's gonna end up giving.
Puerto Rican.
Funny.
So I knew.
Got one of Cardi wigs on.
Hey, listen. We'll see, I was finna be messy, but I ain't gonna do that. God doesn't live.
Look, I'm like, I thought you
Girl,
said
y'all
you
ain't gonna be
was
dragging me on the internet for the rest of it. I knew early that I was different. I didn't know what it was sexually because I hadn't been introduced to sex. But I knew I didn't have the same. I have brothers. I grew up in the house with brothers, so I knew that I didn't feel like my brothers, because I would see my brothers there as boys were already for girls. And I was like, well,
When
is it gonna reach for me?
no, they were younger.
Okay.
But I got younger brothers, but I also got older cousins and stuff like that. I was like, well, we in this. I'm over there trying to see back. Ooh, what is that? I like the strap in his back. I like the muscle in his arm.
Yeah.
I like the cow behind that U in the shoe. You know what I'm saying? So I knew that I was different, but I didn't know because I didn't have intercourse, physical intercourse, being penetrated until I was 20. Because I come from a time when AIDS was rampant, and you know they will always tell you, oh, you if you gay or you a fag, you gonna get AIDS. And you know that the stigma is in the community is the moment that you say I'm gay, you already have AIDS.
Yeah.
That's just what it was then. And so I was like, ooh, I don't want to get AIDS. So I don't want to tell nobody. I don't even know what gay is. I don't know what's going on. I've never seen a gay person. And when I hear in the household them talking about gays, it's AIDS and death and hell.
No, that was definitely a lot of the talk, especially late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, so I don't want to talk about that. Like, so I'm over here sheltered, and I don't think people really understand what they do to kids that are queer. You force us to go through the matrix. I asked my mother because my mother's coming on my podcast too. I asked my mother yesterday when we filmed. I said, "Mommy, what did you foresee from me?" She said, "I wanted you to get married. I wanted you to have kids. I want you to go to college. I want you to this." I said, "So you already had it mapped out for me without even asking me. You already had what you wanted for me without even knowing me. I didn't even know myself, but I had to know what you wanted for me."
Yeah. That's crazy.
And I don't think people really understand. And then if you're queer or gay and you're sitting in the barbershop with your dad and you hear all the men talking about all this good coochie walking around, how much they get, and you don't even know your daddy talking about he's sliding on your mama.
Right.
Since we want to explain to children, Snoop, you don't even know that you in the barbershop with your son or grandson and you talking about sliding on his mama or grandma with the fine broad, and then you hear them talking about the gay person that might pop across the TV. Yes, I want to kill that. They don't even need to be alive. Ill, burn in hell. And this, you don't know what your kid is. And they're in the inside shrinking and shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. And you're like, I have no outlet. I can't tell my dad. I can't tell my mom. I can't tell my school. I can't, because I'm public enemy number one. I'm going to have AIDS. I'm going to go to hell. I don't think that people think that queer people are human beings. I think that they think that we choose a situation to be ostracized and to be hated. Then it's, you have a mental illness. It's like, girl, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And I can't talk to you. I can't tell you what's going on. I can't come to you and say nothing because it's like I'm damned. I don't think people put they always from the perspective, oh, I want my kids in this. I don't want this. They don't need to be here. And it's like we already have been told we're not supposed to be here. What if you can't go to Bella Noche's, where the hell
can you go? But do you feel, because I know that you've had those feelings and you want to speak out for others that are like scared to speak out for themselves for real, but does it become sometimes a lot of pressure for you because you just want to be who you want to be without having to explain
It's a lot
of
pressure because people it comes from the perspective of being these people on the outside looking in. When you're on the inside looking out and you're trying to explain to somebody like I had no help. You hate me, you don't even know me. I even hate myself because I want to be like you and I can't. I hate myself. I'm on my knees asking God every night, why did you do this to me? So when people have these conversations about we gays don't know, I think a gay know God more than any straight person will ever will because we done tore the side of the bed up on our knees before we started sucking penis.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's where you went
we
too
were
far.
right there.
Because I was about to say amen. But then
You
that's
can still say amen.
God is not going to strike me down.
But before we started doing that, we were on our knees saying, God, change me.
Yeah.
Change me, oh God. It's changed me. Please, is there a pill that I can take twice? God, like take this away from me. Like, I'm not like my brother. I don't know why I'm not like my brother. I'm not like my sister. I don't know why I'm not like my sister. I don't know. But can you please, God? I remember me just one day saying, I'm going to move away. I'm going to go to California. I'm never going to speak to my mom no more. I'm never going to tell nobody that I was gay. I'm never going to tell no. And it's just like, and then I was like, no. No, I'm not going to go and get in a closet. And then, and that's why there's so many men out here that have, and we can't blame people for not being able to have an outlet to share or to tell what's burning on the inside of them. And they don't understand why. Mm-hmm. They don't know why. Some men out there putting their ding-a-ling in every woman that they can find because they're trying to hunch it away.
Yeah.
Some men don't know how to even treat a woman because he can't connect to her because it's just like, bro, I don't really like you.
And that should be the thing we're scared of showing our kids is you mistreating women, mistreating yourself because you're mad at who you are. Like, instead of it being you're openly able to be who you are.
If you had a representation to see like, oh my God, that's me. I don't have to hide this from nobody. Mommy, I want to be two mommies, or I want to have two, you know, or not even that young. Just saying like I'm different, like these people. I can finally see myself. I see myself because I'm around y'all all day, every day, and I don't see anything. There's nothing. There's no fragments. There's no piece of me. There's nothing of me here. There's nothing here.
So can I ask this question? And I think the tug of war, it feels like, is
The
obviously.
potato chips told me up, girl.
I think the tug of war comes between everything that you just explained and wanting understanding, right? I do feel like people should have empathy for other people.
They should.
You should have. I think everybody should be respected.
Yes.
I always believe in that. And then the other side of that tug of war is the people that feel like certain things are being forced on them. So I guess my question is, what do you feel is there a way? Is there a place that is where you can get the understanding, the empathy that you may be seeking without people feeling like it's being forced on them? Is there a sweet spot?
Well, people are always going to think that something is being forced on them when it makes them think about changing their mindset. Anything that comes with like I gotta change my mind a little bit, but this is you forcing me to change my mind because I'm never gonna not believe that you chose to be that. I'm never gonna not believe that you want to be that. I'm never gonna not believe that you're gonna go to hell. I don't want to ever believe that because that's what I know. I know you're going to hell. I know you chose that life. I know that, you know what I'm saying, like ain't nothing wrong with you. It's like something wrong with you and you're mentally insane. I know that you're still. I know that this is the way that I'm supposed to be. And you are just like not this way. And then when you tell people, when you're telling them, hey, I'd like to see myself on TV. Oh, that's too much. Oh, one of y'all in the movie? Oh, that's too much. Even when it comes down to the sports thing. So I know I have my reservations about the sports thing because I'm like, well, maybe what if we had our own league or what if we had our own stuff? Like I've asked that question to other trans women and stuff like that, and they always come back and say, T.S. Madison. Because I don't know everything. Yeah. So I asked my other sisters and stuff like that. Because, you know, I was raised by straight parents. So I have some of their ideology in me. And when I'm having conversations, I'm like, well, Mom, you know, why we don't have our own league? When I looked at the numbers, that it's 500,000 athletes, and 8 of them are trans.
And Donald Trump won off of using that.
And 8 of them are trans. 500,000 athletes, and 8 are trans. And to hear men say, I want to protect women, and then turn around and overturn Roe versus Wade.
That's crazy, yo. The Roe versus Wade thing is crazy.
And then put their hands on how many women at home?
You done grabbed them by the ooch. You done did this stuff, but it's protect women. You're hypocrites.
Yeah.
It's not about protecting women. It's about you targeting a group of people. And listen, they had that Republican.
MAGA's known for that.
They had that Republican national thing they had up there, honey, in the DNC, whatever that hell, the DNC.
Yeah.
Do you know that
RNC,
the RNC or whatever? Do you know that wherever they had the gay apps, Spike?
Oh yeah, I saw
Yes,
that story.
I saw
I saw that
that.
story. Yep,
Spike.
I saw that story.
We know what they like.
So what the problem is? What the problem is, shouty?
Wait, but you didn't answer my question though.
Yeah.
Is there?
I don't know.
Okay, that's what I was asking. Is there a sweet spot for that understanding?
I don't know. It's if you're open to learn. I think that leaving here, you're gonna go home and you're gonna think about something that I said. It may not change.
Your turn.
It may not, because I saw you listening to me.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna listen to you.
I saw you listen to me, and I saw you. It's like, oh, I saw you in your brain. I didn't think about it like that. At the barbershop.
Yeah, I mean,
I was at the barbershop with my uncles, and they talking about coochie and all this stuff, and I'm like, well, I'm not thinking about you. Not talking about my grandma or my aunt.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking about that.
Mhm.
I'm not thinking you talking about something. You gonna slide off on my people. I ain't thinking about that. I know this is just normal for men. You know, this is what they. But I'm in there like when the gate thing come up, I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna get killed. Like they would run me over. They would they would shoot me, stab me. They would kill me. They would do this to me. Oh my god, I can never say anything.
Yeah.
Like I'm bottled in. Nobody thinks about that.
Yeah.
Nobody thinks about that. We exist, and we've always existed, and sometimes we exist in a space that we're trapped.
Yeah. That has to be difficult. Like I saw a back and forth exchange between you and Nene as well.
Yeah, that's my girl, but I just had to let her know, honey, that men like us all.
Yeah.
We women.
Yeah. But does that offend you when she said the man that would be attracted to you and attracted to her shouldn't be?
No, and I think the internet blew it out of proportion. That didn't offend me because it's just like this is what 99.99999% of women think. There's 1% of women be like, I get it.
Yeah.
But that 99.9999% of women say, I don't want my man messing around with no trainee because, girl, that's a man. And it's like, I understand the viewpoint. No, I didn't say that I was like, oh, I receive it in a positive. I understood the viewpoint because we're still the world is still changing, and people still have these old habits and stuff that they won't ever shake, and it's okay because you got to live and learn. My mother was a woman that didn't know anything about the girls. She learned about the girls through me. She didn't know that men hound and be about to claw their eyes out about the girls. She didn't know that until she actually witnessed it for herself.
Yeah.
Husbands and boyfriends and next door neighbors, and she was like, oh my God.
Wait, I'm lost a little. What do you mean about she didn't know about the girls?
Well, she didn't know that the girls that the girls are highly sought after by men.
You mean
The
trans
girl.
The girl.
Okay, that's where I was lost. I was like, your mind don't know about the
They
girls.
are highly.
I was lost.
We are. Excuse me. I'm not removing myself from that. We are highly sought after by men. Highly sought after because I know that people be out there screaming, "That's a man. That's a man. That's a man." But the men that are looking at us are like, "No, that's not." I like that.
Yeah. I remember there was a situation with a New York DJ, Mr. C, and
He's dead now, right?
He's gone now.
Yeah.
But at the time, it was like it came out that he got caught with a trans
In the car.
woman.
But that wasn't his first time.
It was numerous times.
It was numerous times. What I didn't like about what Mr. C did, like, and God rest Mr. C, so I didn't like that he came on the radio station crying and talking about he has to apologize to those dudes in the room. No, you talk to your wife. Apologize to your wife and your kids. You don't owe those dudes, I don't want to say other things, you don't owe those niggas in there nothing because you don't know what they doing. You don't know what they're doing, so you don't owe them anything. Talk to your wife and your kids.
But don't you think that's a little bit, to say mental illness on the other side, but that's a bit of mental illness, to say that's exactly who you wanted to be in that moment, so why are you apologizing to other people
But here's
for
the
who
thing.
you are?
Here's the thing. Just because you like a trans woman doesn't mean that you don't like biological women. Well, when does that stop? I'm trying to figure that out. Like, what? Just because you like a trans woman, all of a sudden you said I don't like biological women. again, it's reducing us to our genitalia. It's like, okay, well, you got a penis, so that's what he going after. Even on Nini's show, I said, sister, every man that I deal with is not gay. Every man that I deal with is not. That's a gay man. I don't know about everybody else. I don't want to call you, but I know that that's a gay man. Mm-hmm. Okay, that gay man don't like me. 99.9 that, and if anybody else in here is a gay man, they're not dating me. They're dating other men. Men who like the girls like femininity. They like the woman. They like the. And if some of us have our organs, and then some of us don't. There are men who I have dealt with that was like, hey, them your problem. I don't want your problem.
Yeah. Right.
But I accept you for all of who you are. And I'm like, okay. Now, if you ask me to put a label on them, in their mind, I want y'all just listening. In their mind, they are heterosexual men. Me, I personally think they're either pan, bi, fluid, you know, but their identity to themselves is straight.
Yeah.
But I believe that they're adjacent to us.
Do women hit on you
all the time?
And like, how do you turn them down? Because I felt like you wouldn't be remotely interested.
Listen, women have always hit on me. I used to be a notorious adult entertainer, and so women hit on me all the time. Men. I just tell women, "You my sister, girl. I'm strong enough for a woman, but made for a man."
You know what? Okay. All right.
I love you.
I guess that's the perfect
I
end,
love
right?
you. Wait, no. I got one more question really quickly. I did see. Sorry. I did see that Carlos King had the conversation with Just Hilarious.
Yes.
I know that y'all talk to each other.
Me and Carlos are good friends. I have a project that we're working on.
We love Carlos King up here at the Morning Hustle Show. So what did you think about their conversation?
I think that Jess, I offered her the floor. We were cool. She said it that we were cool at first. We were, we inboxed, we communicated, we FaceTime. Mm-hmm. I don't have no pressure with her. I actually agreed with her when she said that only women have periods. I say I get what you're saying, mm-hmm. but there are females that don't identify as women. There are females that identify as trans men, and so when you say only women have periods, mm-hmm. you excluding them.
Yeah.
Now, if you said only females have periods, then I'm like,
well, I guess her point is, regardless of what they're saying, they identify as they're women.
No, they're females.
No, I'm not putting a label. I'm saying that was her point.
But they are trans men, mm-hmm. but they are born female.
They're
so
females.
They get a period, but they're trans men.
And their identity, people have to understand that identity, sex, and orientation are three different things. It's different. It intersects here and there, but it's three different things. That's like you being black and Cuban. Are you all Cuban or are you all black?
He's Mexican.